What is happening, baby? Welcome back to the Huddle Chat Sports Network's very own fantasy football huddle, presented by Danklyfe brand, and yours truly, Dallas Clark. I'd like to take a quick moment, everybody, to point out this beautiful tropical shirt that I just recently got. If you notice the theme of the tropical shirts this week, it's definitely on purpose. Your boy is getting ready for Hawaii. I'm taking a nice vacation right before the beginning of the NFL season, but that's not going to stop me from giving you all the information that you need. We're going to have waiver wire episodes coming out. We're going to have must-have players that you can't leave your drafts without. We're going to have the continuation of the rookie playbook, and we're going to have today's video where we talk about defense. I know this won't be the sexiest video. This won't be the most interesting video, so I'm not going to waste much of your time today. But if you are in need of any other fantasy football advice, not just defensive advice, make sure you hit that subscriptions bar as well as that notifications bell so you always know when new content hits the airwaves. And please, please, please make sure you smash that like button. You have no damn idea how much that truly helps me out. Also, check us out over on Spotify if you've been in the need for a more convenient way to listen to the show while you drive to work, while you clean the house, if you don't have time to watch the videos over on the mothership. But let's get all of that out of the way, and let's just really start talking about these defenses, because defense is one of the most hard things to pick in the middle of your draft. You don't really get much information on their schedule when you're in the draft. You don't really get much information but besides what they did last year and their projected point totals for the entirety of the season. And looking at the full season projections for a defense is just not the way to do it. It's informative to look at the top defense and who they play, but you really, especially most people like to go with that streaming service or that streaming idea when it comes to defenses. And I'm not going to lie to you, I've had years where that's worked out well for me, and I've had years where I've taken, like last year, the Baltimore Ravens defense at a discount, and I spent the entire season setting and forgetting that defense, and it felt great to not have to worry about it every week. So I'm not here to judge you on what your strategy is. I'm just here to help you that if you're not taking one of these top defenses off the board, who are you taking in week one? Because really the big important thing we're going to be focusing on is the matchups and who these people are playing. Let's look at 6 of the top 10 defenses. The Dallas Cowboys. They're playing the Cleveland Browns. Not a terrible matchup, but not a great matchup. You're looking at the Philadelphia Eagles starting off against the Green Bay Packers, and that's a not great matchup for your defense. You don't want to put that out there at the beginning. You're looking at the Indianapolis Colts playing the Houston Texans, and I don't want to put my defense out there against that Houston offense. You're looking at the New York Jets starting the season with the San Francisco 49ers, the New England Patriots starting with the Cincinnati Bengals, the Cleveland Browns starting with the Dallas Cowboys. That's 6 of the top 10 defenses, all have shitty matchups, which is why it baffles me how many people draft defense before the 10th round. Oh, I swear to God, I'm going to come through this screen if you draft defense before round 10. But let me just take a breath, okay? Okay, let's just take a breath, everybody. Let's fill up our cup. Let's roll something up and get right into the defense before y'all start making me upset by taking defense too early in drafts, especially when you're considering the fact that a lot of these top defenses that y'all are taking have shitty matchups going into week one. I'm targeting defenses because I'm not going defense. I might not have to wait until rounds 15 or 16 to snag my defense, but you're out of your crazy ass mind if you think I'm sitting looking trying to decide, do I pick up my wide receiver 3, do I pick up a backup quarterback or a backup tight end? Oh no, I'm gonna go defense. What is wrong with some of you people? Like I said, let me digress. We're going to be targeting players. Like, I like to look at this Minnesota Vikings New York Giants matchup in week one. They play each other, and both defenses are definitely in consideration. When you look at the projected point totals from Vegas on the different sportsbook betting apps, you're looking at this game being the projected lowest scoring game in the first week. You're looking at the Minnesota Vikings having the ability to beat down on that absolutely terrible New York Giants offense, and the exact same thing for the New York Giants. I think the Vikings have a better stance in week one than the Giants do. However, the New York Giants, when you look at their first 3 schedules, they do have 3 straight easier games. You're looking at Minnesota after week one. You're going to want to drop Minnesota. But the New York Giants, you might be able to hang on with them. And if they don't work out, then you're going to be able to pick up another one. And we're going to have another one of these videos next week for you. Now, the ones that I'm really starting to focus on in these next couple of days, when we're talking about what defenses you're targeting, when all those idiots have snagged up the Niners defense in the 9th round or the Cowboys defense in the 10th round, let them play those dumb games. I'm taking the New Orleans Saints versus the Carolina Panthers. By the way, if you remember, the Carolina Panthers were the worst offense in 2023. Yeah, it's supposed to be a little bit better this year, but the Saints defense is good all around. They can keep the Carolina Panthers from scoring points, and they can create turnovers as well, which we all know that's points, baby. Now, week 2, they play the Dallas Cowboys. Week 3, they play the Philadelphia Eagles. So after week 1, you're not going to be wanting to hang on to the New Orleans Saints. It's going to be a similar situation with another team that I'm going with is going to be the Cincinnati Bengals versus the New England Patriots. You're looking at the Patriots most likely being the absolute worst team on paper when it comes to football this year and fantasy football. Sorry to tell you, Patriots fans, but you guys had your time, all right? You guys had the entirety of the 2000s and the 2010s. Now you guys can sit back and take a rest and enjoy what everybody else has, which is being terrible for a minute. However, you're looking at the Patriots going against the Cincinnati Bengals at home, and the Bengals have a good offense, so they are probably going to get up nice and early on the New England Patriots, forcing them to throw quarterbacks out there that they don't want to, forcing them in situations they don't want to be in, creating more turnovers as well, which is going to look great on your stat line. However, after week 1, they play Kansas City in week 2, so you're not going to be wanting to stay attached to that Bengals defense for very long. Another defense we're going to be talking about today, Chicago Bears versus Tennessee, is going to be a very interesting line for that first week. You're looking at Tennessee among the bottom 6 teams in projected points total on the money line in Vegas. You're looking at the Bears being a top 10 defense in the second half of the season last year. The Bears are also now at home this week, as well as having an improved offense, and we've seen how Caleb Williams has looked. I think there's a very good chance for the Chicago Bears to get up early on these Tennessee Titans, and we have to see what Will Levis is made of. I think there's such a large range of outcomes for Will Levis this year. He's going to be hard to predict for the entirety of the season, but it's not hard to predict that the Chicago Bears should smack the shit out of the Tennessee Titans, and that will be a good defense for you to start week 1. Now you're looking at my favorite defense probably on this entire list, and before I talk about them, we're going to ask you one more time for your financial support. No, I'm just playing, not your financial support unless you want to help us out. However, I do want to ask to make sure you smash that subscriptions bar as well as that notifications bell and hit that like button because you have no damn idea how much it helps. Also, check us out over on our new free Discord. We're going to have community conversations, more in-depth analysis that I won't have time to do here, and much, much more. Link will be in the description below for the free fantasy football Discord that we have on the Huddle Chat Sports Network. But the last defense we're talking about, and my favorite defense to target when it comes to those late round defensive snag ups, it's going to be the Seattle Seahawks versus the Denver Broncos. The Seattle Seahawks probably have the best opening season schedule amongst defenses that you're looking at, especially among those streaming defenses. They're playing Denver in week 1. They got Bo Nix, the rookie quarterback, coming into Seattle. If you're looking at that Seattle defense, the 12th man always rings loud in Seattle, and that Legion of Boom may not be the same, but the Seattle Seahawks are still a damn good defense. You have Denver in week 1, then New England in week 2, so you're going to be able to hold on to the Seattle Seahawks the first and maybe even the second week in the NFL season this year, because you're looking at them playing Denver and then going into that New England team that we talked about that I think is the worst team in the NFL this season. So I think Seattle Seahawks are going to be the defense that I really want to target the most when it comes to fantasy football leagues this year. But don't be targeting no defense before round 10. That's going to do it for us today, y'all. Keep your chin up and your attitude down. I'm going to see y'all next time. Peace out.
Thank you.